Time now to talk a little bit of family health and something that affects just about every family we know, and that is cancer. Do you know more than 1.5 million new cases of cancer are expected to be diagnosed this year alone in our country? And there is no cure yet, but there sure is a whole lot of hope out there and some great people doing great work. And joining us now is Darren Grandmason. He is the founder of In Our Genes Clothing Company. It's the first genetic art clothing line, and it's based here in Phoenix. Nice to see you. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Help people understand what that means, genetic art clothing line.
Well, basically, through my previous work as a genetic artist, I always had to stay away from the known markers that cause disease.
Right.
And there were only about 5,000 when I first started doing the work about 6 years ago. Well, now there are 100,000 or more.
Wow.
And so what I did was I started experimenting with actually creating the genetic face of said disease. And the first print we ran was for breast cancer.
And so you have several shirts now that you've actually started to put out because
Yes.
there are several major diseases.
Yes.
How many different versions of a genetic code do you have on a shirt now?
We have 20 that we're going to release.
Yeah.
We've released the first few, which has been breast cancer, and then the next one is heart disease.
And heart disease, obviously, a major killer as well, especially for women.
Yes.
So what we're seeing here, help people explain, we're so new to the DNA code, so help them see what they're seeing here.
Well, this is actually the genetic markers that are known or indicative of heart disease, that if you're known to have. This is the exact image that scientists, scientists study.
So it's like a close-up, basically, of what you're seeing in the magnifying glass.
This is a representation of those genes.
Of those genes, yeah, very cool. Now on the back, you also have, I'm going to turn this around for a second because there's a little pocket down here. What does that do?
That's on the inside of the shirt, and that's our intention panel. And what that allows if you're buying this for a loved one,
Sure.
God forbid you're affected.
Right.
But if you're buying it for a loved one and your family is in this battle, you can actually personalize the shirt for that individual. So you can write out a message.
And you have a card there for me I can put right
Yes.
here, right? So you write the intention right here.
Yes.
And then you slide it up into the card, into the t-shirt, and you can see it? Or
Yes.
you write it on it, either one, right?
You slide it up in there and it acts as a guide. And then with the provided fabric pen, you can write the message out. It kind of is a guide for you.
So you trace it.
Yes,
Yeah,
and you trace it.
that's beautiful.
And it doesn't show through the other side, so it's
Yeah.
personal.
Okay.
And that's the important thing.
What was it about this company, because I know it's a brand new baby that you just started
Yes.
in October. Why was it important for you to start a company that's so purposeful?
You know, I've watched, well, besides my family being affected and friends, loved ones in general, I thought it was important that I help contribute or put back something important, and that's towards research. And we have the Five for Thrive program where $5 from every shirt sold, regardless of the end selling price, is donated to charity.
And that charity is here in the Valley.
Yes, and it's actually TGen.
Yeah.
And they're responsible for research for the cure for these diseases.
Yeah. This all kind of started with your mom, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You want to tell me a little bit about her?
Well, yeah, we were, well, you know, the quintessential mom, always in the best mood, always, jovial, happy. She became affected by a condition that required surgery to correct. And it was one of those, it was a really, really hard decision to make with her because it was, if she didn't get the surgery, she would pass away. And if she did get the surgery, she could pass away. But my mom was the type of person that, really with her, it was all about, and I'm quoting directly when we discussed the procedure, was, I'd rather die trying.
Yeah.
And we went through the event.
And she
So,
passed away.
Yes.
How long ago was that?
For me now, it's been 15 years.
Yeah.
It's still, a hard thing to fathom.
Yeah. Do you think today, if she was watching and seeing what you're doing with genetics, she'd be pretty impressed?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's very cool. It reminds me of the guy who started the shoe company, where a lot of what he was doing went back to charity, went back to that cause. And people are doing that a lot with clothing now. You're really making a big difference.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Well, Darren, thanks so much for being with us, and thanks for sharing your heart and your purpose and your new company. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Hey, those shirts, you can buy them online. We've linked the information to our Smart Family 15 website page. It's at abc15.com. You'll find us under the lifestyle section at the top of the page if you would like to donate or go in and buy a shirt and wear it proudly.